Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Andrew Collins with the Planning Department's Design Studio. Just want to take a few minutes to briefly review the retrofitting suburbia study. This is one of the consultant studies we've done as part of NashvilleNext. It's a collaboration with the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors study to study the underperforming suburban sites across Nashville for potential redevelopment in the future. We've partnered with Georgia Tech University and the University of Tennessee's design studios to help us create some conceptual design ideas to retrofit these suburban sites. The students produced design projects for 12 sites across Nashville, and we'll incorporate these as a supplemental report to the NashvilleNext plan. The purpose of the study is to provide creative ideas for retrofitting these vacant commercial areas in suburban locations. It will also serve as a reference for transferable design ideas that we can apply to similar sites across Nashville. And it could also help to inform future design and community plans with some creative ideas. So these are the 12 sites that we have in Nashville. And again, these sites were chosen for their opportunities for transferable designs we could apply to other places. The first site we have for you is Bellevue Commercial. This is on Highway 70 across from the existing Bellevue, the old Bellevue Mall. And the proposal from the student looks at creating a new town center with a focus on a mix of retail and residentially zoned properties. Second site is also in Bellevue. This is the Bellevue Middle School, Red Caboose Park, and Library. These students designed here. They want to create a new civic center for Bellevue with a series of plazas and green spaces. In addition, they added a new high school, and they want to better relate the existing civic uses together and also to the surrounding neighborhood. Third site is in Bordeaux. This is along Clarksville Pike. This is the existing Kroger. The students' idea here was to explore missing middle housing types, neighborhood scale retail, and community gardens for the neighborhood. The fourth site is in Antioch. This is one of the few greenfield sites we looked at. This is the Crossings Boulevard and by Cane Ridge High School. The intent of this project was to grow a new employment and residential center with neighborhood retail opportunities. This included a network of streets and paths to connect the new neighborhoods. The fifth site, this is on Nolensville Pike and Harding Place. This is the abandoned Kmart. The students' idea with the project was to create a new parallel road in the site's interior to serve as a new central street anchoring the mixed-use development. And this also included turning the vacant Kmart into an open-air festival marketplace. Sixth site is the abandoned Lowe's, also on Nolensville Pike. The student's goal here was to convert the site into a new neighborhood center by creating more residential density to support local retail where third places such as restaurants could thrive. The seventh site was Old Hickory Village. The concept from the student was to make Old Hickory Village a destination by itself by adding in more residential and multifamily to support neighborhood scale retail development. And they also created a new town square featuring the existing monument to better connect the residents to the new neighborhood. Site 8, this is Talbot's Corner, which is at the intersection of West Trinity Lane and I-65. The concept here centered on a new stormwater feature that created a new park and gathering space for the neighborhood. It would also add multifamily and mixed-use development along Trinity Lane and would transition down to single-family residential along the project's periphery. Site 9, this is the I-65 rail corridor. This is just south of downtown by Fort Negley and also borders Wedgewood, Houston. The design proposes a creative industrial zone that builds off of the maker community of Wedgewood, Houston. It would offer flexible live workspaces and mixed-use development, including retrofitting the existing warehouses for shared workshops and creative jobs. And that's the project there. Site 10 is Centennial Boulevard and 51st Avenue. This is in the Nation's neighborhood south of the railroad line. The concept from the student here was to create a new mixed-use retail and live-work residential center along Centennial Boulevard, including a new central park and green space to serve both the existing Nation's residents and also the new mixed-use development. The 11th site is Nashville State Community College property on White Bridge Road. The student's proposal transforms a suburban-style campus by adding a new multifamily and townhome development, as well as retail and mixed-use space along White Bridge Road. They also incorporate a new elementary school while keeping the Nashville State campus as a central anchor of the development. The 12th site, this is the Woodbine Corridor. So this is Nolensville Pike along the edge of the Woodbine neighborhood. The goal of the student's design was to reconnect the adjacent Woodbine neighborhoods to Nolensville Pike by placing the road on a road diet and creating a true boulevard with active retail. They also had walkable street connections to connect to the new Woodbine Main Street with retail development building on the international stores already there. So the next steps will be to compile all the students' work into a comprehensive report that will be a supplement to the NashvilleNext plan. And also want to remind everybody that we have our next meeting for our Nashville's Future on Monday, July 7th at First Presbyterian Church from 5 to 7 p.m. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Andrew.
Mr. Chairman, just to note that we had 12 locations, and using the teams from the University of Tennessee and Georgia Tech, 10 of the locations actually had 2 designs each, and all that Andrew was able to present was kind of just an overview of their results, but it's much more extensive in terms of their analysis and their options and their suggestions, and we'll be using that, as he said, in terms of a supplemental report, but we'll also be using the information as we go through in the fall and begin to update the community plan. So this will be input to the community plans. And I just would encourage and remind everyone this summer we are going through the process of picking the future, what is the preferred future. As Andrew said, the third in I think 25 community meetings is July 7th, next Monday, but or a week from Monday. Next Monday, we're actually having a meeting on the housing and gentrification out at the Martin Center. But we did have out here for the public and anyone, we had these surveys. They can be picked up. They're providing us information. There's information on the various futures and the options that are there inside this. And we would encourage anyone that wants to fill this out to do so. That information is also online at NashvilleNext.net, and you can go online and actually fill out the survey as well. But it's really fundamental as we move forward towards updating our community plan and moving towards updating our countywide plan, NashvilleNext, and then updating the community plans, which will come in the fall after the preferred future is determined.
Thank you.